I do want to give just a little update on the Skywatcher live stream that I had last night. So if you don't know, familiar, I put out a clip from my upcoming documentary with Carl Crusher saying that he had heard from his sources inside Skywatcher, a good friend of his that works in Skywatcher, that Skywatcher had landed a craft with NASA present.
Now, how is Skywatcher going to catch something that they summon with psionics?
They have already.
They've already captured something?
I know for a fact that, like, people from NASA and the military have already been there with them, and they've had a landing.
Holy shit.
Well, I reached out to Skywatcher, and I revealed on the stream last night, but I think it kind of got lost in the mix. But I reached out to a member of Skywatcher, and they gave me a statement. Unfortunately, I have to keep it anonymous, which breaks my rule. But, you know, and initially I wasn't going to put out the statement because I had to keep it anonymous, and I just don't do that. But I felt that I'd already started a story and I needed to finish it. So it's the only reason I'm putting out the statement that's anonymous for that reason. Because otherwise I would have just not said anything. Because I've gotten other statements before and they told me you have to remain anonymous. I just said, forget it. And I was going to do that with this too. But again, I'd already started something, so I felt like I needed to finish. Carl was involved. You know, it wasn't just me. So I kind of had to break my rule. And the reason they have to stay anonymous is my fault. I didn't clarify when I reached out to them that this was an on-the-record question. And they answered because I message with that person, not regularly, but every so often. And I've never asked them for an on-the-record statement. So I'm assuming they just didn't think that was the case, right? So I get it. And I didn't clarify that. And when I said, no, I'm going to release this, they're like, whoa, wait a second. And they were right. I didn't clarify there was an on-the-record statement, so that's my fault. Again, I'm not a journalist. So, you know, I screwed up. It's my fault, and that's why they have to remain anonymous. But again, the reason I'm putting it out is because it didn't just involve me, and I felt like I needed to finish a story that Carl had put out. So anyway, the statement is this. They kind of confirmed it. They're basically this contact from Skywatcher, who would know, okay? Deep inside Skywatcher said, I am familiar with that situation. And that's all they could say. They said, I'm sorry, I have to leave it vague. That's all I can say. But they said they're familiar with that situation. They didn't say, that's a lie, never happened. They're saying they're familiar with that situation, which kind of goes against what Gary Nolan was saying, right? He said, that would be news to me. So this other person at Skywatcher, who would know, just like Gary, said they are familiar with the situation, but Gary's saying that would be news to me. So I don't know. You know, I don't know. But to me, it sounds like Skywatcher is confirming that happened. Now, did it happen? And do they have a crowd and all that? I don't know. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is Skywatcher basically confirmed to me that they're familiar with that situation. Does that confirm or not? I don't know. You're going to have to read into that yourself. I'm not too sure what that statement means entirely, but to me, it means they're confirming it without confirming it, right? Again, is it true? Did it happen? I have no idea. I've seen nothing. And just like you, I'm waiting to see what happens. So take that as you will. Do with it what you want. All right, y'all. Every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.